Hey builders, this is Alejo from Amplify Voice. Every month, we break down the most important updates in voice AI to help you build better voice experiences. Let's dive into 6 game-changing updates that are reshaping the voice AI landscape for 2025. And if you hit subscribe and the notification bell, you'll stay updated with everything voice AI. First up, ElevenLabs just dropped their new Flash model, and it's super fast, like that fast. It generates speech in about 75 milliseconds. Their previous model ran at about half a second. This new Flash model runs in less than 1/10 of a second. It's basically real time. Actually, faster than you can blink. It has all the pros from their turbo model, all the voice inflections, and 32 languages. And the voices that you like should sound exactly the same. But in case they don't, you can check out this video where I explain exactly how to edit the voice settings so you can get the right tonality and the right cadence for your voice agent. The new Flash model is definitely pushing the boundaries of what's possible with voice AI. So what will you build with near instant voice generation? I'd love to read your thoughts down in the comments. Next up is something that's going to change how we build voice AI agents completely. Retell AI just launched their conversation flow builder. It's essentially Figma, but for voice conversations. And if you ever struggle with a client that asks you for a very long and complex script, this is about to become your new best friend. Instead of fighting against long and complicated prompts, you have a visual canvas where you can map out the entire conversation flow. I personally think that Retell has done an amazing job at lowering the bar for non-developers to build amazing voice experiences. And if you are a developer, now you can focus on the more complex integrations instead of the conversation flow. When it really clicked for me is when I saw their global nodes feature. Think of these as universal response handlers that work across your entire conversation flow. So when your agent hears, I want to speak to a human, you set it up once and it works everywhere. Best part about Retell is that it connects directly to Vocera, which I did a full video about. So you can automatically test your voice agents and automatically test your new changes to your conversation flows. This third one, you probably haven't heard about. Hume just dropped their EV2 model, and it's something you've been waiting for even if you didn't know it. Finally, genuine emotional intelligence in voice AI. And we're not just talking about detecting emotions. We're talking about AI that can actually respond with appropriate emotional tone. This is a game changer. And Paige has a video upcoming on exactly this model. If you hit the notification bell, you can hear about it as soon as that video drops. So think about it. Do you have a use case where you need the AI to sound encouraging or empathetic or very professional? Well, you can fine-tune these aspects without ever needing to record new voice samples. And it works across multiple languages. So finally, you can create a consistent brand voice for you or your customers, where the AI doesn't just say the right things, but it conveys the right emotions. And if you've been keeping up with the new generation of voice models, speech-to-speech models, well, you'll be glad to hear that this is an example of a speech-to-speech model. Where it hears speech, its brain already processes the speech out. It doesn't have to reason over what the user said and then decide what to say and then generate the voice. And when you're done speaking to EV2 speaking, it's just half a second. I've done a full video showing the new speech-to-speech models in my real-time API video. Speaking of, number 4, OpenAI just dropped Operator, which is exactly what I predicted would happen in that video from 4 months ago. The new Operator can take your instructions through voice or text and then use your computer to complete those instructions. We actually got a showcase of this like 10 months ago and it hadn't dropped until just now. Operator can navigate websites, fill forms, handle complex workflows, all through voice commands. And I think OpenAI did something brilliant here, which is pre-build the integrations for common business platforms. And we're talking instant compatibility with services like Uber or Instacart and several enterprise systems, which isn't just saving time, but it's reducing the sales and development cycle of companies. Not only this, but without making any major announcements, OpenAI reduced the cost of the real-time API by 90%. It now costs cents per minute to run the real-time API. And they upgraded their model to be way more expressive. So if you've been waiting on the sidelines, now is the time to implement real-time API. And for real-time API and Operator, I could nerd out for hours about safety and security and real-world applications and error handling, but I want to talk to you about something you've probably heard of. A new big man in town, DeepSeek R1. And I think this one's going to make developers particularly happy because DeepSeek open sourced their whole model, weights, and the research paper, so others can replicate and build on top of it as well. And it's performing on par with bigger and closed source models at just 10% of the cost. So same performance, a fraction of the price, and you get full access to the code. One thing developers have been asking OpenAI to do is to fully show the thinking process of the O1 and O3 models. This is something that R1 does out of the box. There's already companies hosting the full R1 model, and actually ElevenLabs is hosting the full R1 model for you to have voice conversations with it. But I have a couple of warnings for you. It's still relatively slow for voice conversations. It's not real time. It takes its time to think. And if you just want to chat with it, you can go to the online version that's completely free. And it is widely believed that none of the conversations are private on the website. So how did the DeepSeek team achieve such a high performance comparable with OpenAI O1, to which they've poured hundreds of millions of dollars? The difference is in how it learned from the data. Think about it this way. Both models are learning to play chess. An OpenAI's model, while it's learning, asks, is this the best move I can do? While DeepSeek's model asks, hey, is this move better or that move better? The second method catches the nuances that makes language so rich and complex. And yeah, OpenAI's models are amazing. Both models are great, but if you have one that is smaller and is cheaper to create and run, a lot of people are going to be leaning towards the second option. So stay tuned to see how it plays out. Okay, this is my favorite part. Are you ready? This is what we call the fast funding round. Try to keep up. 1. OpenAI is raising $40 billion through SoftBank to create artificial general intelligence. 2. xAI, Elon Musk's AI company, just raised $6 billion. 3. Perplexity, the search engine we all lovingly hate, just raised $500 million. 4. Bolt.new, maybe you've heard about it. It's a company that creates websites from prompts. And man, are they good. They're so nice and responsive, and they really understand the tone that you're going for. Just raised $105 million. 5. ElevenLabs raised $180 million to advance the enterprise voice AI. 6. Bland AI, $65 million to completely replace IVRs in companies. And 7, near and dear to my heart, Liquid AI, a company you've probably never heard of. They create a whole new type of neural network that understands language and is the fastest model that there is out there. Just raised $250 million. And that's the fast funding round. Now, let me leave you with a reflection and idea that I had. How soon will we be able to talk to ChatGPT operator to tell it to go to Bolt to create us a new website? ChatGPT knows enough about me and my company Amplify Voice to understand the tone and the vibe that we're going for visually. And in a matter of 15-20 minutes, I receive a notification that the task is done, and I have 3 amazing options that ChatGPT operator and Bolt created together. I can go in, do the final touches, and bam, I have a new website. We are at the point where literally our imagination is what's stopping us. So I would love to hear from you, either in the comments or in school. What can you imagine from all these companies, how they could work together to create new amazing things? I called it. What an incredible start to 2025 for voice AI technology. Retail is making the barrier of entry so much lower. ElevenLabs is making them so much snappier, and OpenAI keeps pushing the edge of what's possible. We're moving from simple command and response systems to truly intelligent, responsive, emotionally aware, and lightning fast voice interactions. This was our first monthly Voice AI Roundup, and we'd love to know if you found it valuable. What other aspects of Voice AI would you like us to cover? Or was there something you thought we should go deeper on? Drop your thoughts below or in the school community where we're teaching each other how to build and sell Voice AI agents. And remember, never stop prompting.